Hello and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. My name is Steve Boshear, and I will be your game master for this evening. Tonight, we are playing Blades in the Dark, but before we get into any more of that, let me tell you a little bit about our channel if you don't know. On Monday nights, like tonight, we do a show called Tales from the Backlog, where we try out a rotating stable of games with a rotating cast of players. Last week we did Shadow of the Demon Lord. Next week we have Vaesen scheduled that may end up being canceled because nobody signed up for it. And then after that we have Godless and so on and so forth. This is technically our 7th session of Blades in the Dark with the same crew. I would like to say 6 and a half, but that's not a thing because one of them was interrupted by a power outage. But
right.
Yeah. I uploaded them separately, so this is the 7th session now. And also on Friday nights, we have a whole other stream where we do ongoing stories. Currently, we're in episode 5 of a Cyberpunk Red campaign. Really, if you count all of the Cyberpunk games with those characters, it's probably more like 12 or something. But after that, we're going to be starting up our new Worlds Without Number campaign, which is going to be our second long-form campaign set in the world of Arconia, from which our channel takes its name. So if you want to see that, or if you want to see any more of this, please follow us on Twitch, subscribe to our YouTube, follow our social medias, join our Discord. I'm going to put the Discord link in the Twitch chat right now. There it is. Look at that. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can find the Discord link below. You can also find shadowsofarconia.com, our merch. We're going to start having some Tales from the Backlog themed merch as soon as I think of some. But for now, it's all based on our Friday show. But
it's all Devi merch.
It's going to all be Devi merch. In joke for cyberpunk people. But
yes,
this is Blades in the Dark.
Yes.
Like I said, we've done this one a few times before. When last we left off, you know what? Just in case anybody's a first-time viewer on this episode, why don't we have you guys introduce your characters again? Tell us about your guy, Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason. I'm playing Severin Hell. I'm a Ticarian former mercenary turned smuggler and sharpshooter. I'm kind of foppish, and I got feathers for hair.
My name is Cody. I'm playing Buck, whose real name is John Doe. And I'm very much a Solomon Grundy zombie character. I'm built like a brick wall.
Nice. I am Sarah. I am playing Braid, whose real name is Brianna Halster. And she is basically like Lady it's Raskolnikov from Crime and Punishment. Except I haven't murdered anybody in cold blood. And I am the Whisper of the campaign.
I wonder what the overlap
I talk to ghosts
between our viewers and people who have read Crime and Punishment.
I would say less than 0.
Less than 0.
How many
Less
people
than
are viewing
0.
right now?
If you have read Crime and Punishment, get in the comments, subscribe so you can enjoy more It was Dostoevsky who wrote Crime and Punishment, right?
Alan's in the chat. Alan, have you read Crime and Punishment, and do you know who wrote it?
Dostoevsky.
Thank you.
I know one Russian author, and thank goodness that was the right one.
Okay.
It's always a good guess if you don't know who wrote something that was Russian. Just Dostoevsky.
There you go. All right. Well, when last we saw the Tide Race, I'm going to take the cover down, put our logo up for a few minutes, just so people know who we are. When last we saw the Tide Raids, they were entangled with the Spirit Wardens. Spirit Wardens had sent a young thief from the borough of Dunslow to steal your engine, which turned out, of course, to be a trick just to get you guys to come find them. The trick didn't work because only one of you went to the house. They were trying to capture you or bring you in. They didn't actually say they wanted to capture you. They just said they wanted you. So for all you know, they may have been trying to throw you in a dungeon, or they may have been trying to recruit you. But that ended. What was that?
We shot our way out anyway.
Shot your way out anyway. Buck threw a firebomb at a house with families living in it. Killed 1 to 3 spirit wardens, exact number unknown. After which point you guys entered a state of war because your rating with the spirit wardens. I forget what they call it, relationships, but it dropped to a -3, and that is bad. You're at war now.
So, I guaranteed killed 1. There's no way all of them got out.
Correct.
Oh, bet. I hope I rolled a 3 then.
That's why you're at war, sir.
I only rolled a 2.
Okay. Hey, Bilbro Swaggins has gifted some subscriptions. Thank you very much for the gift subs, Bilbro.
The Dostoevsky constant is bringing in cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's where we left off. Now, I was saying to Cody and Jason before the stream started that I'm kind of changing my approach to running this game. As it's become more clear that we're doing an ongoing story, I'm going to lean more into an aspect of the game that we haven't done as much, which is just letting it be player run. I am not going to be putting missions in front of you guys the way I have been in previous sessions. Instead, I'm going to be asking you what you'd like to seek out. So we ended last session with Cody suggesting A, recruitment, or B, getting a quick transport job to raise some cash. So we decided at that time to put a pin in it for next session, and next session is now. So what do you guys want to do?
My priority is getting us out of war with spirit wardens.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it's dealing with that racist guy who has it out for us.
Ulf?
Ulf, yeah.
Ulf Ironborn?
Yeah. Other than that, I'm just trying to figure out my past, right?
Yeah. Cool.
What about you, Braid? What are you up to?
That's you, Sarah.
Oh, sorry.
You're Braid.
I'm Braid. Yes. For some reason, I heard you say Braden, and I was like, I don't remember Braden being on. Okay, I was just going to prepare to fully go with that. For me, I would say I would also like to reduce our heat with the spirit wardens, and figure out if there's a way to make nice. But I also definitely want to move our boat and protect my engine, even if it wasn't what the real target was. I still don't want anyone to have it.
Oh, yeah, they wanted that because it was
alleged. Well, not really. It turns out it was just to lure us out.
Well, they also did drop a hint to you, perhaps by accident, because they weren't expecting you guys to escape their clutches. But and at the time, Braid, you seemed interested in the idea that you could maybe make more and sell them.
Yes. Yes, Braid has never thought about going into industry or trade, but she's like, yeah, that might work. All right. I would like to know, and I will wait until Jason calls out his action, but I do have an ally, Skurlock the vampire, my old tutor and mentor, who might be helpful in patching up a back channel route to the spirit wardens to perhaps kind of cool the temperature a little bit and be like, wow, that got kind of crazy. Maybe we can revisit that conversation without the shooting and the fire bombs and the attempted kidnapping.
That's a route you can take. I'll remind you guys that the state of war means you each only get one downtime action instead of two.
Yeah. That's going to be my priority. I will, pending what Jason says, my priority will be going and talking to my mentor to see if he has some contacts himself that might help us cool the situation.
Okay, that's fine. But we actually did the downtime at the end of last episode. So what we should be doing now is finding work.
Oh, my bad.
No problem.
Sorry, I thought that was the question.
Nope. But that's why Cody was saying a gig.
Yes. Well, I'm up for that.
All right. Well, we got to do. Where are you guys going to be going to look for work? I guess is the important question here.
What's an area we haven't spent a lot of time? I don't think we've spent hardly any time in Charter Hall.
You've passed through there a little bit. I agree. I don't think you've done much there. I think you've done nothing in Crow's Foot or Char Hollow. You've definitely done nothing in Coleridge.
I'm gonna roll a d4, and then we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that sound good, guys?
For what?
To figure out what thing maybe we want to start looking for work in. Which of these zones? Unless you had one in mind.
Okay. Jason, any thoughts?
Yeah. Okay, so I rolled a 4, so that'd be like Coleridge, maybe?
Coleridge. All right. Now, I have a thing here that tells me all about the districts. Which one is Coleridge?
Wow, it is a terrible place to look for work. It's
yes.
Yes.
But that's why they'll never suspect us.
We are pretty down bad and trying to stay in hiding, so maybe it works out.
Yeah, and well, here's the thing. Yeah. Coleridge is adjacent to Dunslow, and it's probably about a step up in terms of socioeconomic class. It's where the mine is and the rail yard and the iron works. It's extremely industrial. Some people in Dunslow probably go across the way to work in Coleridge. So potentially there could be some gigs there. Let me take a look and ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely very little money involved, but as with every place in Blades in the Dark, I should say in the city here, there is always a criminal element waiting for some crimes to commit.
Yeah.
Naturally.
And it might work out that you might try to seize an engine production facility. Small one, maybe.
Oh, you might. Is this your idea for a job?
It could be. Yeah, I'll check with the group. How does Andromeda feel about the idea?
Oh, yeah.
The hyena?
How does Yes. How's your hyena feeling?
We're recovering slowly.
I think Severin is still shell shocked by the experience in Dunslow.
I mean, he's still got a little bit of that bullet in his hip, so.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Did you get shot last time?
Yes.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, next time we walk into a trap, we're sending me.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
we
remember
didn't.
you thought of that 3/4 of the way through the plan. So like, wait, I should have gone. You tried to flashback it so that it wasn't Severin.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If I get in that building, I get stuck in that building. I was hoping that you'd like parkour.
Yeah.
Spider-Man his way out.
So here's the thing. You can look for some sort of illicit transport job in Coleridge, or even maybe a totally legitimate transport job if you're feeling that kind of way. Or you can try and take over someone's turf and get yourself a production facility.
See, I feel like this is really silly to do while we're at war with like probably the strongest faction in the city.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel oh god.
Nope, you go.
And I was thinking we should set someone up to take the fall and say they threw the firebomb, not me.
Yeah.
Pin it on them and make them go to jail for my crimes like a true scoundrel.
Who?
Well, there's like a druggie here. His name's Hopper, or literally anybody.
Is there anybody that we've already crossed swords with in the past here?
The Wraith
Yes, since we stole their name.
or Ironside.
Yeah, Ulf Ironborn
Maybe.
is a guy that hates you, but he has not
Yeah.
really appeared since the first session.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe we can turn this to our advantage if we can find somebody who wants, if we can't take somebody down, if we're going to take somebody down and we don't have an enemy we need taken down right now, maybe we can find somebody who will pay us to take down their enemy and set them up. That said, though, I will say it's going to be hard to blame somebody else for what happened because we were there and the spirit wardens were pretty definitively saw us.
Yeah, they set a trap for you guys, and then some of their people died instead of bringing you back. So she's right. It's gonna be difficult in the extreme to frame someone up after the fact.
We could blame, instead of saying somebody else threw the bomb, we could perhaps throw the blame on somebody else for making us think the spirit wardens were out to kill us, and be like, hey, it wasn't our fault. We were set up to think that, this was an ambush, not a.
Also, you have not learned whether that's true or not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Do we have any contact? Well, we don't. This is like why we needed some recruitment, so we could have some like lackeys that we could go be informants for us and gather some information.
Well, you have a +2 with the Dockers, a +2 with the Dimmer Sisters, which is very close to being a +3 because you guys gave them some heads up about the Spirit Wardens in the war last time. And you have a +2 with the Silent Song cult.
Do any of those groups of people hate the Spirit Wardens inherently?
The Dimmer Sisters do.
Dimmer Sisters and the Spirit Wardens don't like each other.
They are big time enemies. And while we're on that subject, perhaps it occurs to you, Buck and Severin, that all of the events that have occurred recently seem to have spun out of the job you did for the Dimmer Sisters way back in session 1.
That is true.
1 through 3, I guess, in which the demons and ghosts were being bound to hulls to try and create new types of creatures.
I'm open to selling out the Demmer Sisters a little bit if that's what will get us out of war. And by selling it, I mean just spilling the beans about what the truth of what happened was.
And Severin's a little opposed to snitching on people that we're pretty good with.
That's true.
Burning an ally to
To appease an enemy.
To appease an enemy. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't feel great.
Then we need to get under their wings somehow.
Yeah. Well, maybe they can, maybe we can call in a favor with them and ask them to find out, hey, what's going on? Why are we taking heat for something we did for you? Maybe you can help us out here and find out what exactly the spirit wardens, why they're looking for us.
Okay.
I mean, why they were looking for us before we threw a firebomb at them.
Yeah.
We know why they're looking for us now.
I think my response was appropriate.
I know you do, Buck. I think Cody was just feeling the lack of an explosion in that episode.
We have to be daring if we want to, live up to our reputation.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
So yeah, let's go try to organize a meeting, I guess. So to heck with Coleridge.
To heck with Coleridge. You're trying to get a meeting. Now, technically, you guys are supposed to be done with downtime right now, but if you're all going, we'll just play the scene.
Well, it's like the heist is organize a meeting.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, if you guys want to run it like a heist, we can do that.
The score.
What's that?
Yeah, score.
The score.
It's a score, yeah. In that case, we'll need an engagement roll. Who would like to do the engagement roll? You take, well, I guess we need the details of the plan.
Okay.
So we have, you start with 1 die just for sheer luck, and then depending on your plan's detail, you may get an additional 1. Can any of your friends or contact provide aid? I'm going to say no on that one because the score is to meet with someone who's your friend and contact. So what are you trying to accomplish in the meeting, I guess, is what would constitute the plan's detail.
I'd say we're trying to convince the sisters that they owe us a favor and that they should find out for us, for their own benefit, really, as much as for ours, what exactly is it that the spirit wardens want with the tide wraiths? Like, does this have to do with their business? I think they'd want to know either way. This is to both our advantages for them to do the digging.
Okay. The challenge to that is, the challenge that you have to overcome with that is, 1, the Dimmer sisters are very secretive with you. They're on friendly terms, but they've never told you the nature of their experiments. You kind of figured some things out for yourself, and that's it. And 2, they are old established enemies of the spirit wardens. And while they may have more reach than you in some ways, they're not necessarily better positioned to find out what's going on in the inner circles over there.
What if there's a job we can do for them that will make them like we'll do a job for you, but you have to help us get out of this war. I don't know how you guys are gonna do it, but we'll take on practically whatever job it is, no matter how perilous, to get us out of war.
This is starting to sound more like a real score. What did you say a second ago, Severin?
What kind of job?
Well, you go ask them.
Yeah.
No. What kind of job? What kind of job do you think would get us in with the Dimmer sisters enough that they'd get us out of war with the spirit wardens?
That'd be up to what they need, right?
No. We come up with this job.
Yeah.
So what kind of job do you think would get us out of this?
Jason's trying to make a point here,
Yes.
which is the same one I made earlier, which is I'm trying to be a little more hands off with assigning you guys jobs or presenting them to you, and I'm asking you guys to come up with the job and leave me in more of the role of a referee.
Okay.
My only issue with that, well, it's not really an issue. It's like it feels like a lack of information.
Okay.
I don't know these people as if I knew them in real life, because if I knew you in real life,
Yeah,
I
I
would
see.
know
I see
and be
where
able
your
to-
challenge is for sure.
So it's like,
Yeah,
pick
I'm
that
not.
up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you
It's
want
you're
to. Yeah.
taking those. We have those narrative reins.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not all
Good.
just me. It's shared, and we haven't been
Gotcha.
running
Yeah.
it that way. In some ways, the players are much more empowered in this game than in others. So now I'm saying to you guys,
All right.
I'm empowering you to help build the world.
Gotcha. Okay.
okay.
Well, in that case, let's see.
Is it okay if I read the back of the book a little bit to see what their
Yeah,
primary
that's what I
motivations
was.
are?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
for
I'm
sure.
doing right now.
They're
I'm
on
googling
page
the
288.
yeah,
Page
and I'm
288.
looking up the factions here. Sorry, I didn't come in prepared to create my own.
No problem.
Actually, if
Alright.
you already have the page, Steve, could you tell us what their primary motivations are?
Sure, I'll
Mhm.
read you what it says about them. Their turf is in a fine old manor house, which it doesn't say where, but I believe in our game we decided they're in 6 towers. You have spoken with Rosalind there, who's one of their representatives. Notable assets: a private electroplasmic generator, lightning barriers, and spirit containment vessels. Many servants bound to service. There's many spirits bound to service. Their quirks: the precise number of them is unknown. Some say they are an ancient family of possessing spirits. Others say they are vampires. Everyone knows that if you go into their house, you will never come out again. They are allied with the Forgotten Gods and the Foundation. Their enemies are the Spirit Wardens and the Reconciled. For situation, it says the sisters have been slowly and secretly consolidating the trade of captured spirits and spirit essences in Doskfall for several decades. Only a few remaining rivals stand between them and domination of the market. Do they have an ulterior motive for acquiring so many spirits and essences, or is this purely a matter of wealth and power?
Okay. Off of that description, there are 2 smuggling jobs that I think we could either present. Or sorry, one is a smuggling job and one is an assault job.
Okay.
We can either, because we've had a very strong anti-trafficking stance, because we're so desperate, we can open up and be like, this time, if you can provide us something that will get us out of this hot water, we'll do whatever smuggling job you want, right? Or if they can identify to us what one of their major competitors are, we can go sack one of their transports or one of their, I don't know, spirit bottle production factories, so that they can more corner the market. So which of those 2 sound more appealing to present to the Dimmer sisters?
I like the first one. You said we will take on a smuggling job for them, smuggling out essences.
Yeah, whatever those spirit bottles were, because we tend to avoid those jobs, right? Because those are trafficking jobs.
Yeah, can we say if we're creating our own adventure here, something I'm thinking that how that might coincide with what we need right now is if we approach the Dimmer sisters and propose like, hey, we're looking for information on the spirit wardens. They offer us a smuggling job that will involve sharing with us details of spirit warden patrols and agents, so we can avoid those agents and patrols as we are smuggling it out of the city. So we gain a little bit of inside knowledge. Perhaps this is a opportunity, and they promise us at the end of the job that they will give us access to their agent inside the spirit wardens to talk to that person. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me. Jason, did you want to say something?
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay, so here's my thing on that. You guys are free. I mean, we're free to change this if we feel it suits our story better. But, lore-wise in the book, there's no such thing as anyone's agent in the Spirit Wardens. No, they have never been successfully infiltrated. They are ultra secret. There is a faction that's really trying, though, and that is the Unseen.
Would we have known about? Are they like a? I don't know if public's the right word, but how covert are they? Like, would we just know, or is it like a small rumor thing?
The Unseen is like the ultra secret mafia of Duskball. They are said to run the entire criminal underworld. Their members are just as secret as the Spirit Wardens, and basically they're always trying to conquer each other or infiltrate each other.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what the deal with the Dimmer Sisters is that they will help them, and in return they'll make introductions for us to the Unseen if we want, because we're wading into dangerous waters here.
Yeah.
Or the Unseen are allies of the Forgotten Gods.
As for the Dimmer
So I
Sisters.
might want to go through the Silent Song for that.
There's a thought, yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the ways to relieve stress, isn't it?
No, the Silent Song is the name of a faction. Yeah. You guys have a good standing with them.
All right.
Yeah. Like, cool. Then that's. We talked about one of their church last should be in Enlightenment or whatever.
Yeah, I think they were religious.
They are. They're a cult.
They're adult.
Right. And that's what I'm.
They're one of the many Forgotten Gods cults.
What big my sister we had last time where I was in church and met God. I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this, Steve, but never mind. You just noticed that.
I did, yes. Were you guys hearing me that way as well?
I was.
Interesting.
It sounded like you were reflecting all of us. Sounded robotic, but not you.
Oh, I see.
Something just popped up on my screen. Did I do that?
No, I did that. That's my mistake.
Okay. All right.
Oh, mine is fine. I did misread it. Everybody else sounds like robots? That's very strange.
Surprise! It's secretly a cyberpunk game.
Let me adjust the way I am capturing audio from you guys really quick.
My mic down.
Let's see. Secret Transformer stream. Very funny. Okay. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Here.
I really can't find the name of that church I was at last time. Oh well.
I don't recall. Okay, I've changed that. Hopefully you guys sound better. I don't know what the source of the gibberish was. All right, they said Cody sounds good now.
How do I sound? La 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 la.
You guys are all one audio source for me, so if Cody sounds good, you should all sound good. All right.
Cool.
Sorry, that sidetracked me. You were talking about going to the Silent Song, perhaps doing a gig for them in order to get an introduction to the Unseen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like reading a little bit about the Unseen and thinking if we could go through the Silent Song to, like, this isn't a full plan.
Mm-hmm.
So something the Unseen really wants is some of their people in the Spirit Wardens. what if we could give ourselves up through them to get some of their people into the Spirit Wardens? But I don't know how we're going to get out of it.
That sounds like the score.
That's what we're offering the Unseen, is basically your guys pretend to be the Spirit Wardens, take us in as a, hey, we got the guys we're looking for. And
but not on a permanent basis, more just to get in the door.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not a full like score. I don't really have a good way out of it.
So I have an idea, because the Unseen don't have any agents at this time in the Spirit Wardens. They're uninfiltrated.
But they actively want some of their people to infiltrate the Spirit Wardens.
So what if we take one part of your plan and one of us goes and gives ourselves up as if we were surrendering, and then the heist is breaking out / getting someone else infiltrated in during the chaos, and like we'll break out, cause commotion, and that's their opportunity to move in.
Move into what?
Like move into, like, infiltrate their actual like operation.
I don't think that infiltrate in this sense means to physically get themselves into the building. Like they actually want to.
It's literally them trying to become part. They want to double agent in that organization.
Yeah.
So this could still work as as like using one of us as a token to get their people in, pretending to be Spirit Wardens, and then whoever is left out we would try to break them out.
Yeah, I like this, except it's like I don't think they're gonna be able to impersonate a Spirit Warden, but maybe they're like using this as like a collateral to get into the initiation program or to get high. It's like a test interview type of thing, and that's how they're gonna get in, because
that's they're not going to get in the sense that we're going to break in and cause.
I know what you're saying.
Their people will get in and just hang out.
Yeah, I kind of imagine
to become part of the organization.
It's not like you don't apply to be a Spirit Warden. You get picked to be a Spirit Warden, right? So it's like, I caught this guy that you're at war with, hoping that entices their the Spirit Wardens to get this now double agent, on the books as one of their contacts, right? I think that, and they were talking about the same plan and just describing it differently at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think, and then that's a heist. That is the heist, right? Like,
yeah.
Well, that's our score, and our score is getting our person back out.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless they just wanted to execute me for us.
Well, that should probably. That should probably be what you
the focus of who they wanted.
They don't know I threw that.
What did you say at the beginning of this episode, Cody? You said next time we need to send one person in, we're sending who?
It's me. Yeah, but it's gonna be me, or Braid.
Okay.
She's unassuming. They won't execute her on the spot.
That's true. And if they are looking to recruit us, I am the obvious person to be recruited.
Well, and you seem to be the person they actually gave a shit about last time.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Buck and myself were kind of peripheral to them wanting you because they were interested in the work you were doing.
I thought that was, maybe. I mean, if you want me to be the decoy here and y'all break me out, I'm down.
Yeah. I mean, they literally shot Severin last time, so I don't think he wants to do that again.
Yeah, I'm the least likely person to get shot out of the three of us, I feel like, until people get to know me better.
There are technically 5 members of this crew.
That's true.
You
Counting the
counting
hyena
Sure.
and the ghost.
Yeah, but the hyena's like part of my gear.
Okay.
She is.
Yeah, I think it's more interesting if it's one of us. I think
Yeah,
yeah, and if Braid is on board, then cool. And if you were on board, I
I'm down.
I would have offered up myself. I just think this is suddenly a more interesting story to have Braid get locked up.
I think so. I think I also have the most likely abilities to be able to figure out what's going on around me, because
Yeah.
it's all ghost shit. That's
Yeah.
my whole deal. Is
Yeah,
dealing with the ghost shit.
Yeah, and if like whoever's the prisoner, they're gonna be like manacled. And if I'm manacled, I can't be throwing Molotovs and shooting lasers,
Yep.
ghost lasers. So
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I can. Yeah, I am. I have some stuff. I have some
Oh.
stuff I can do.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah, let's do it.
the plan is, just to recap, to get a couple of members of the unseen to turn you in as though they were spirit wardens themselves.
Or applying or trying want to
Or
people that
bringing her
aspire.
Yes.
in the sense of, hey, we want to join up, and we caught this person that you want.
Yeah, aspiring
That
spirit
makes
wardens.
sense. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously
that's- I
not
think that's
as like,
a
hello,
good-
we're the
good
unseen
take
and
on
we'd
that.
like to give you a person. But
Yeah.
as if they have a couple of undercover people that they'd like to set up.
Okay.
The only real problem here is I don't see how this gets us in better spirit wardens if we're breaking out of
Oh,
prison.
no, we're having fun. We're having. Well,
Buck makes a
maybe
good
who
point.
knows? Maybe I can talk to them and find out what's going on, and that can
And-
be the start of. I mean, we can't fix it until we figure out what the heck's going on.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, cool.
Okay. So here's a little factoid that I'm sensing you've all forgotten, but it's come up twice before.
Mhm.
You noticed at a certain point when you were being followed by spirit wardens undercover, and you sort of made them. Every spirit warden you've seen appears to be Eruvian in ethnicity.
Mm.
And it is you might be you've never heard that from anyone else, but you guys have noticed that seems to be the case. All the ones that you've encountered and recognized as spirit wardens had the darker skin of an Eruvian. So potentially you would want a couple of Eruvians to turn you in.
I mean, are there Eruvians in
In the-
the
Yes. Yes, the Unseen will have Eruvians among their membership as well. It's there's only like 4 ethnicities in the world, so
Yeah.
so there you go. That is so loud.
Sorry.
That's my fault. I bought the keyboard.
I'll stop.
Yeah, so that's a workable plan. We can just say you guys went through the Silent Song. You made contact with the Unseen and presented your offer. They have gone for it. You are currently at 0 with the Unseen, but the fact that you have a shared enemy gets them to sort of go along with your idea. The worst that can happen is they lose 2 of their guys, which happens all the time anyway. It's the mob. Yeah, I guess now is when we will call for the engagement roll.
I feel like this is technically Severin's plan.
Is it? Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
There was a
Or
lot
does
of
the bait
iterations
want to do the
it.
roll?
So the plans
Sarah, do you want to roll?
Was that to me? Sorry.
Do you want to do the engagement roll?
Sure. How do I do the engagement roll?
I'm gonna get you take. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go.
Take 1d6 to start. I'm
Mhm.
giving you an additional d6 because your plan has exposed a vulnerability of the target, which I cannot yet tell you about. But you're getting 2d6 for this. So roll that and tell me the highest number.
Highest number is a 4.
You know what? Actually, 3d6 because you have friends and contacts providing aid for the operation. So add an additional one.
That takes us to 6.
Okay. So that means you're in a controlled position when the action starts.
All right.
Okay, so wait, they have a house in
They have a
Bellwether
house
Crematorium.
The crematorium is in Charter Hall, though.
Yeah, or the Master Warden's estate in White Crown. Which one are you turning yourself into?
I will ask the unseen which one they think will be easier to break out of later.
Honestly,
I'm guessing it's probably the crematorium.
Yeah, because like White Castle is going to
Mm-hmm.
be, or White Crown is all kinds of hoity-toity, fucking. That's where the elite nobles are.
Mhm.
There's going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more heat there.
Yeah.
The crematorium's in like the middle of the city. Like Charter Hall is pretty wealthy. It's pretty safe.
Yeah.
You know what? Give me a second.
And there's going to be a lot of traffic in and out. A lot of people hauling bodies around, hauling large.
I mean, they've both got the same wealth and safety and security level, but I feel like the crematorium might be a little easier to get out from.
Yeah.
There's more places to hide and run.
As a walking corpse, the crematorium might be easier for me to infiltrate.
Yep.
In general.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, unless they try to kill me, you know.
So the crematorium in Charter Hall. Sorry, I am just getting.
It's where the A is. The first A.
What's that?
It's where the first A is.
Oh, in Charter Hall?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I was just finding a picture to help my brain imagine the space. Are you manacling yourself, Braid?
I would say being merely a small defenseless young woman, just hands tied in front of me with rope.
I will remind you, because this came up literally last session, you are already in possession of a pair of manacles that have been jimmied so that they click close but don't stay locked.
Oh, well then yes, I'll use that. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. Loadouts. We need loadouts from you guys.
Well, I'm guessing by definition I'm going to be light. That there's not going to be a whole lot of room to do a normal load.
That seems reasonable.
I need to double check my character sheet.
I'm taking a heavy load this time.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, I think this is one of those things where I don't know. I don't mind being flouncy with it. I'm gonna go with a heavy loadout too. I'm just gonna follow Severin's lead and go with that.
You do need. I mean, you are proposing a particularly dangerous move here to send someone in, not knowing what they want with her, and then break her out. So yeah, a heavy loadout sounds reasonable to me. Sorry, I have so many like rules references open right now, and they're all organized differently.
So I have a question, or when you've got a minute, Steve.
Yeah, shoot.
What does this building look like? What is this crematorium like? Are there windows to it? Are there points of egress that are not ground, like the front doors?
There are a few. You've got a couple of windows on the upper floors, but they are typically sealed. It is a crematorium. There's a lot of heat and smoke. People die in Doskval a lot, and all of them have to be cremated. If they aren't, then ghosts happen.
Yep.
So because of that, there's also quite a few chimneys. And the nature of the operation here is that they rotate through different crematorium rooms. Every time they finish a cremation, they move to the next room for the next one, so that ash and debris and stuff can be cleared out, so that things don't get clogged up. So that means at any given time there are several chimneys not in use. There are also a few. There's one basement window in a back alley and one basement window sort of facing the street.
Yeah, I think at least for Severin, like one of the chimneys is going to be his probably best point of infiltration. Like how long do we want to let them have Braid?
Um,
And Braid, you're included in this question.
Yeah, I assume that we've made this. I'm not just like, well, guys, you plan the escape. I'll see, see when you figure it out. Yeah, that's a good question, and I would like, because it's gonna depend. We don't know what they want with us. We're assuming the good thing about giving them only me is that they are gonna want to use me to find you two. So presumably they're not going to execute me on the spot. Haha, that would be funny if they did. But
but if we give you a little bit of time, maybe you can get some info out of them about what they want from you and potentially the rest of us.
Yeah. I can blame the whole thing on you guys and say, hey, I have always wanted to be a spirit warden. It's, I didn't know, like those guys just went off the deep end. Like, I want to hear what you have to say. But can play it by ear. I'm assuming there's no way we can sneak our ghost friend in. Like,
Jeanette? This is the most dangerous place in the city.
Yeah, I'm assuming we probably want Jeanette to sit this one out.
Yeah. In fact, as you guys approach this place, Severin, notice that for the first time since you killed her, Jeanette is not following you.
Yeah.
She won't come here.
Okay.
Nope.
Right. Canonically, do I have a pulse?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Maybe I'm thinking a certain number of hours before you guys come get me.
Yeah.
Or I mean, a certain number of hours to get yourselves in place and get the plan set up, and then.
I think this is something we can kind of neglect and cut to the action.
Yeah.
I heard Buck. I didn't hear Severin. What'd you say, Severin?
We also don't know how long it's going to take the spirit wardens to get someone to you or to Braid to essentially like interrogate, debrief, whatever with her.
Yeah. So, that's something you'll have to decide in advance. You can't really do a flashback situation for that. Just how long before you guys break in?
Give her a day.
A day. Okay.
A day. I was thinking more like 4 hours.
I
Okay.
was thinking 6 hours.
Yeah,
Alright, then
4
the
to
one in the
6
middle is the one
hours.
we're gonna go with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, give it like 4 to 6 hours, and unless we see people going in that seem like they would but they're whatever. Just if 4 to 6 hours, and then we go in and get you back.
Okay. Yeah, I do agree with Cody. I think it's time to cut to the action. Let's get to it. So you have two large Eruvian men wearing what they have chosen to do, Braid, is they have put masks, not spirit warden masks, not official ones, but more like just scarves they've covered their faces with as they walk you up to the door. Because their thinking is, if we're going to be applying for membership in a secret organization, maybe we should hide our faces, from day one, so nobody knows who we are and they can't use that as a reason to deny membership. They knock on the door. You have the broken manacles, and the door is answered by a man hunched over, not wearing a mask, covered in soot. Hello? What's this?
Let me go, I say in a terrible actor voice, and I'll step in if that's all right and speak for our unseen friends here. And one of them
they're actually going to get annoyed and put a hand over your mouth because they're your captors.
Yes.
And
I meant me as Sarah would step in, but you can go ahead.
The guy to your right puts a hand over your mouth. The guy to your left says, "We have captured this tide wraith. We understand the spirit wardens are looking for them."
All misunderstanding.
Yeah. The guy says, "Oh, well, I just work here. I'll get one of them. Hold on."
He's so receptive.
What's that?
He's so receptive, not like, no, ignore me.
You guys you wait outside. They don't. Yeah, just wait here. And he closes the door. And like a couple minutes later, the door opens and there's a man in a full spirit warden mask. He says, "What is this? What's happening?" And they tell the story again. We heard you guys were looking for this girl. We are interested in becoming spirit wardens because we want to help keep the city safe from ghosts. So we thought we'd get her, bring her in. He brings you in, them as well, and Braid, you are immediately separated from your companions and marched off to a little cell, which they have cells? Apparently made out of a break room by locking the door with a chair.
Oh, okay.
This is a crematorium, not a jail. But there's no windows. There's only the one door, and they have security. What's in the storage closet? The storage closet? It's a break room, not a storage closet. Oh, I'm sorry. What's in the break room? A table and some chairs. Okay. I shake my head at the inevitable, unsurprising, but still disappointing lack of snacks. And will dramatically, loudly kick the door a few times, yelling that you can't do this to me. I got the wrong person. I love the spirit wardens. They're great. Keep us safe from ghosts. I would never do anything wrong ever in my life. Ever. Well, and with that very convincing display, we will leave you alone in the room for quite some time. Alrighty.
Can I do one thing before you cut away from me?
Sure.
After that very convincing display, I am going to attune to the ghost field and just see what I sense around me. So let me just pull up.
Yeah. Can you read me real quick? Actually, I can read it.
Yeah, I open my mind to arcane power. I might be able to communicate with the ghost if one's around. I can try to perceive beyond sight in order to better understand my situation.
Okay. There is a degree of placidity to the ghost field in this area.
Placidity?
Placidity. It is
As
placid.
in placid? Okay.
Yes. It is the place where disturbances in the ghost field are sent to die. Bodies are burned here so that ghosts do not come out of them. There also seems to be you get a sense of other arcane sort of devices and perhaps measures that you don't even fully understand in place, keeping the ghost field sort of calm and at a very low level here. You will not be able to reach any ghosts while you are in this building or near it. However, there are, as you are perceiving all of this, there are suddenly some ripples coming from further into the building. Ripples which you, because you have the context, you would be able to figure out they have just burned some bodies and thereby destroyed some ghosts.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yep, that's about what I was expecting to feel, but I had to check. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
So, Buck and Severin, where have you guys taken up position? I know Severin was planning to go in the chimney when the time comes. I didn't catch where Buck's point of entry was going to be.
Yeah, my master plan is to be a dead body and be brought into the crematorium and then kind of wait until the guys go on lunch break and then just get up.
Okay.
Put on a coat.
All right. You, how are you going to make yourself be a dead body?
I look like a corpse, because of my very pale skin and my scars. I actually am convinced I am a dead person in general.
Okay.
Because of
you woke up
all the things, how my body interacts with ghosts and stuff. So I do I can just
find a corpse cart and lay in it.
Yeah, that too, right? But that's my my idea.
Okay.
I want to just wake up in the crematorium.
Yeah, well, you know, your engagement roll was a 6, so I'm going to say that just works, that you guys planned this to happen at a time when a corpse cart was going to be brought in. So, Buck, you're going to be able to do that. Are either of you watching the outside of the building?
I'm keeping an eye on the outside of the building. Are there buildings taller than the crematorium around the crematorium?
I'm just gonna roll for that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's one.
So I want to take up a position on one of those buildings, whichever building seems tallest.
Okay.
And with a good angle on this crematorium, so that I can keep an eye out for people, so I can see Buck go in and keep an eye out for anyone else who seems to be going in, because I want to keep an eye out just in case a bunch of Eruvians happen to go in through the front fucking door. I'll know about it.
Fair enough. And to clarify, the building you're on is taller than the roof of the crematorium. Nothing inside is taller than the chimneys.
Yeah.
The chimneys are super high because all of the people in this district would object to their buildings being smoke damaged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Corpse smoke.
Can't smell
Okay.
good.
So, Severin, after about half an hour, you do in fact see one person, one spirit warden, approach the building in a sort of long, flowing, dark sidey type of robe, and does in fact go right in the front door without knocking. Pulls a key out, goes in. Buck, I'm going to say you are not able to witness this because you're being dead, waiting to be dragged into the building. However, it is just a minute or two after that person enters that the corpse cart is brought in, not through the front door, but through sort of a corpse wagon door in the back. Yeah, like a loading dock type situation. So Severin, Buck, and Braid are now both inside. Are you going to continue waiting the established amount of time, or are you going to act now that you've seen a spirit warden go in?
I'm sorry, was that to me? I'm so sorry.
No,
No,
it was to
that's
Severin. And
Okay,
he's
okay.
thinking.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna break from the plan a bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it like 30, 45 minutes, and then I'm going to try and get in.
Okay. That's cool. So getting down the chimney without hurting yourself is probably going to be some kind of action roll, but without hurting yourself or being caught or messing up your awesome clothes.
I mean, I can't have climbing gear for that.
Yes, so that is a good thing. But yeah, you can use the gear. You know what? I'm going to say that's really obvious. If you have just a grappling hook and a rope, you don't need to roll to get down. That's super obvious. Yeah, so you find yourself in a crematorium, and you're in one of the empty rooms, of course, because
Well, I'm in one of the. I will. So I wanted to go into whichever, like how many smokestacks are there on this building?
6.
Like a lot of them?
There are 6 of them.
Okay, so like I don't want to go to whichever one just happened, but I want to go to the one just back from that in whatever rotation they're going in.
So if number 6 is burning right now, you'd like to go to number 4.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Because I'm figuring that one won't be just. It hopefully won't be in the middle of cleaning or having just started being cleaned, but it might be in that, just about to be getting ready to be run. Probably not just ready to run again, but getting there.
Yeah, and that's what you discover. It's a big brick room. Everything is charred black everywhere. When you get down through the smokestack, you're standing on a metal grate. The whole floor is a metal grate beneath which fuel will be piled for the next burninating. And you discover that I believe there's a mechanic in this game for like a basic luck check. Let's see. Fortune roll, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say I need you to make a fortune roll on whether the door is locked.
3.
Okay. Yeah, the door's locked.
Beans.
Perhaps not unchangeably so, but
No.
this is a place where they burn bodies to prevent supernatural events from happening. So of course, the door is
Yeah.
locked from the outside.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Buck. Actually, Severin, if there is any idea you would like to pursue right now before we cut away, we can do that first. Otherwise, I'll come to Buck.
I mean, my next thought was to literally just pull out some burglary gear and try to, however you describe jimmying the lock with a pry bar.
Breaking the lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Okay, so I will ask for an action roll for that. Not to see if you can do it. I'm going to say you will automatically succeed on getting the door open, but to see if you are caught.
So, prowl?
I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
I got a 3 and a 6.
Okay. Well, the 6 counts. You get that door open, and you manage to time it to the closing of the loading dock door after the last cart of bodies is brought in, and so it doesn't sound like a lock just got broken off. And the hallway right outside the door here is mercifully empty at the moment. Buck, you're in a cart full of bodies which has stopped moving. You can give it a minute until you don't hear any voices. Would you like to open your eyes and sit up?
Yes. Steve, will you do me a favor and roll D6 and do not tell me the number? That is which little like burner room I'm in, I guess. Assuming there are 6.
There are 6.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if you could have more chimneys in burner rooms or less, you know.
Yeah. I've rolled.
Okay, fantastic. So I get up. Am I currently in a furnace, I guess?
No, you are not.
Meaning you did not roll a 6, or you rolled a 6. Okay,
no, they didn't. They didn't bring you straight to one of the crematorium rooms. You're still in like the loading area.
Oh, I'm in the intake room.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then my bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I open my eyes, and I kind of crawl out of the pile of corpses, and as I make my way out, I do check. Is there anyone in the room with me currently?
No. There is not anyone in the room at this moment that you can see.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I get up and how I would have known how they like kind of dress, right? I know what a crematorium employee like would wear. Like, do they have a uniform? Do they just wear lab coats over their gear?
No, you wouldn't know that information. People don't come in here alive.
Yeah.
So you're guessing. I mean, you know what a spirit warden outfit looks like.
Yeah.
You were not close enough to see that there's an employee who's not a spirit warden. So you don't know that information as Buck.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to like sneak around, and my goal is to find somebody. I don't think I'm gonna fit anyone's uniform, but just find someone who I could get into their clothes if I were to, make them disappear. Just garrote them.
Okay. I'll need some kind of action roll for that.
Yeah. So do you want my action? I guess. Did I find somebody? Do you want me to do a survey check first to see if
Yeah, I
want
you to see if you can find someone without them finding you.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds great. And if they see me, well, they're gonna get something very big thrown at them. Okay,
Yeah.
so
What are you rolling?
Yeah, it's yeah. I have a 0 in prowl, so I'm gonna roll 2 and take the lowest.
If you want to propose another skill for this,
Nah, there's not a lot.
okay.
If like survey is just as bad, so
Okay.
well, I guess I'm doing a survey roll. Is technically what I'm doing, but it's all the same. I roll a 6 and 5. We're taking the 5.
You took the 5. Okay. So 5. Hold on, I want to read the little number thing. So, I haven't been giving you guys the positioning on these.
True.
Yeah, that's my bad. But what? I mean, it's whatever happens anyway. Yeah, I mean, I think all of these would have been risky standard regardless. But on a
Yeah.
5, you do it, but there's a consequence. So you do find somebody, and very simply, you find somebody your size. It's actually the first person you see. The guy whose job it is to lift bodies into a crematorium is about Buck's size. The
Providence.
complication is he sees you too.
Oh, well, that sucks to be him.
Yeah.
What was the distance again?
You come around a corner and you're face to face with him.
Oh, I just elbow him right in the face to knock him out. I'm gonna
Okay.
wreck or skirmish. It's the same roll.
Yeah, wreck or skirmish, the same roll, but this one I'm going to say it's going to be a desperate roll
Oh yeah.
with standard effect.
Oh, wait, what the fuck? Okay. I rolled a 4.
Okay. So you go to knock this guy out. He fights back because he's also fucking huge, and you do it. You knock him out, but you're going to suffer 1 harm.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't whistle. My bad.
Okay.
So I'm at 2 minor harm. I assume. I assume you're not.
Yeah, it's a lesser harm. Yeah.
Okay, lesser, not minor. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to call this?
I'm gonna say he breaks your nose.
Busted nose. Useful nose. Okay. So I'm pretty beat up for the first time. I'm not used to that, but that's okay. Well, I'm going to pull him into the pile of dead bodies. Strip him, put the clothes on, and stab him to make because so now he belongs there.
Okay. And I think I failed to mention this guy is a spirit ward. So when you strip him and take his clothes, you can also take his mask.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
I guess I put it on. That's gonna be okay later, I'm sure.
Yep, solving the problem of killing a spirit warden by killing more spirit wardens.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
earlier
why
I had
not? Huh?
it's not my fault they don't know how to get out of a burning building. This time it is my fault. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any amount of work, getting out of that one.
And Buck, before we move back to Braid here, I would like to ask you. I know that typically the players are supposed to decide the skills or whatever they're called, that the affinities or whatever that you're going to roll. I'm going to need something in the realm of insight as you strip this guy's mask off.
Yeah, it's all zeros.
Okay, well, let's call it study. That's the most relevant thing.
I rolled a 1. These rolls just got lower every time.
Man, this guy's big.
I'm gonna use one of my load.
Okay.
To have bobby pins and bobby pin my stuff a little bit more close.
Okay. He's not that big. You don't need to do that.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I meant.
Okay.
I just meant the thing that I was trying to get you to notice, you utterly failed to notice. So
I did roll a 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So We will minimal consequence for that, but yeah, there's some information you didn't get. So we'll go back to Braid.
Okay.
After you've been in there for a good almost an hour, it feels like. You don't really have any timepiece, I think, unless you have one. I don't know. But the door opens, and there is a tall spirit warden in a big drapey black robe. He's got sleeves for days.
Is that typical? Sleeves for days?
Yeah, but this got particularly billowy.
Okay.
Yeah, and he comes in, closes the door, turns back to you, and says, "Why are you here?"
That's a good question, honestly. Apparently, I'm here because you guys are looking for me and my friends. But if that's all a misunderstanding, I'm happy to,
Your friends who dropped you off were
to
not.
drop me off. They were not my friends.
Excuse me, your temporary allies who pretended to have arrested you and bring you here.
Listen, I'm sorry, was there a question in there? Or were you waiting for some sort of like, oh,
Yes, I was waiting for that, but since obviously it's not happening, I will continue. Those young men are no more. We are not interested in them. What I'm asking you is why you had them bring you here.
okay. I don't know what you think you know. I don't know why. But I think somebody's fed you a line. If you don't want me here, I'll go happily.
Where are your fellow tide wraiths?
Somewhere in Duskfall. Why are you after us?
You have information we require.
Well, you went a really weird and elaborate way of getting. You could have just like asked.
He looks around.
Like, or if you want information, it means money. It means money. We do jobs for money. If you want information, you could have offered to give us money instead of going to some sort of like, hey, let's send a decoy.
He actually is going to turn, open the door to the hallway, stick his head out, look from side to side, and then come back in, close the door again. And then he's going to hold up a hand, pull back the glove, and reveal his skin tone to you. He is not an Arubian. His skin is too pale. He says, I believe you have had some interactions with certain members of our organization. It may interest you to know that we are not a monolith.
I'm listening.
Not all of us are satisfied with the current leadership of the organization.
It happens, People get promoted up to management. They lose touch with the mission.
That's one way of putting it.
I was in
Gross.
academia for a while. I've seen that firsthand.
Gross incompetence is the best way of explaining why you were not simply approached.
Well, I appreciate that. It's always nice to hear somebody take responsibility.
I am doing no such thing. I was not involved.
It's always nice to hear somebody acknowledge that a mistake was made, even if that mistake was made by somebody else.
Yes. You say a lot of things, but nothing of import.
Well, you haven't told me what you want yet.
I want you to talk to me and only me. And this is what I want you to talk about. Where is the location that you delivered for the Dimmer sisters outside the ghost fence?
See, now we can negotiate.
No. No, we can't. You will tell me or you will die.
Wow. Intense. All right. If I don't tell you, I die. If I do tell you, what happens then?
If you tell me, and your information proves reliable and accurate, we will cease our pursuit of your crew.
Wow, unnecessarily a passive aggressive there, but okay.
Surely you do not believe that 3 people and a demon dog can last long against the spirit wardens. Well,
I'm thinking, because I have information you want. What guarantee do I have that you'll do what you say? And that you'll take the heat off of us? How are you going to explain that to the rest of your organization? The factions that you don't control.
if all goes according to plan, at the conclusion of this operation, I will be in charge of the spirit wardens.
Interesting. All right.
I'm going to leave. I'm sorry to cut.
Okay, yeah, that's
I'm going
fine.
to leave you there to think about what you're going to do. And
Cliffhanger.
I'd like to cut back to Severin at this point. You
All right.
got out of the crematory and you are in the hallway.
Out of the furnace and into the fire, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to like in my head, I'm imagining like a Dickensian office building, like office hallway. There's doors to either side. Does this look different than that?
I don't know that I know what a Dickensian office building looks like, but yes, there are doors to either side.
But like old timey.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's industrial, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's got doors all around.
Because what I am thinking is I'm like Severin's pretty much immediately gonna try to hunt down wherever they've stashed Braid.
Okay. How would you like to go about that?
That's a really good question.
I will tell you at this point, without having to roll for this information, both Severin and Buck will be aware that it obviously takes more than one dude to load all these bodies into the crematorium. So you're going to be there's people here. You haven't seen any
Yeah.
yet, but there's potentially a significant number of people here.
Yeah, I think at least to start, I'm going to just start going door to door, listening,
Okay.
seeing if anyone inside sounds like Braid, or just if there's anything of note that I hear from my side of the door.
Okay. Give me a roll. What type of roll would you like to do?
I'm shooting for survey.
Okay, that'll be risky standard.
So I'm also going to point out that I'm doing things at less effect due to this bullet in my hip.
You sure are.
Or reduced effect. Page 30.
Yeah.
But I'll take the 6.
Cool. So what you determine pretty quickly is how to tell the types of doors apart. The one you came out of goes to a room where bodies are burned, and there are lots of those. There were only 6 chimneys, but those big industrial chimneys each connect to more than one room down here.
Yeah.
So you probably maybe 24 of those you discover. The floor that you're on is laid out in kind of a donut shape, with the burning rooms in the center of the donut. And then the outside of the donut appears to be mostly other rooms, offices, and by listening at the door, you discover that some of those rooms do have people in them. You can't make out what is being said, but there's people moving around. There's occasionally voices. You do not have an idea of what's behind those doors unless you care to open one.
No.
Okay. And you do also, on the same roll, you do find the staircase up to the second floor.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll start heading up. I will cautiously head up to the second floor, trying to keep behind any cover I can find, check corners before I take them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably want one more prowl roll on that.
Yeah.
Anything else that applies?
What's my
I'll say because you got such a good prowl coming in, I'm going to make it controlled. The controlled standard.
Okay. Six and 4.
Pretty good. Yeah, so you do hear voices, and you are able to get back around a corner a couple of times before you're seen. This is Severin doing what Severin does, so no big deal. You'd obviously like to be out of here sooner than later, but you got to find Braid. Also, I'm going to say on that 6, you meet Buck. Buck.
Well, I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I meet
but they already knew each other.
You come across Buck, who is dressed like one of the spirit wardens who loads bodies. And you know it's Buck because clearly nobody else could be that size. But Buck, you recognize Severin as well.
I give him a little call sign.
Yeah.
I feel like Severin's the kind of guy who would notice everybody's shoes. And who knows what shoes we are all wearing.
Andy Dufresne would not have escaped on Severin's watch.
Severin would have let him go, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are together heading up to the second floor. Buck, with your disguise, you don't necessarily need to sneak. Severin still does. But yeah,
I mean, I
You-
also just found a nice, big, distracting, movable piece of cover.
exactly. Yes, yes, you did. Um, so you're up on the second floor, and what you see up there is basically it's not a donut shape, but it's just what am I trying to say? There's like four hallways basically, perpendicular to the one you arrive in. So there's like the short hallway you arrive in, and then there's four long hallways, and with a short hallway on the other end.
Okay.
There are some more doors up here. Some of them are open. You're able to duck inside one as some people go past, and it seems to be an office currently vacant.
I try the
Office on
door.
the inside or outside?
This one is on the inside. If by that you mean against the outer wall,
Yes.
yeah, it is. It is not against the outer wall. Buck, what did you say?
Is it unlocked?
Yeah, you guys have ducked into it and
It
you're
was
hiding
open.
in it. Yeah,
Sorry. That's my
it
bad.
was open. Yeah.
Okay, Buck, right now, so I'm trying to find where they've got Braid. Have you seen anything on that?
No, but I do walk over to does the office have a map of the facility? Actually,
No.
no, of course not.
That's we'll make do with that for now. So something else I want to do. I want to secure an exit route for us.
Okay.
So some of these offices can I see if any of the outer offices near where we're hiding, have an open door?
None of them do. But you did see a couple of windows on the second floor from outside. So you know that
No,
somewhere, yeah,
Yeah.
you can get a sense of which one or two offices or which one or two doors must lead to a room with the window.
Buck, did you find any keys in those clothes?
Do I? Give myself a
Fortune.
good pat
Give me a
down.
fortune roll on that.
That's one dice, right?
Yeah.
I'll roll a 2.
You find the key. You find a key ring, and the key broke off of it when you killed that guy. You don't know where it is.
No.
Well, where's the office? What, like, is there like a key box with like a bunch of keys
Also,
in it?
you guys don't know whether it's locked. You haven't even tried it, so
No, that's I was trying to think ahead.
fair enough.
Because my next thought is literally just, Buck, can you watch, like, do the hallways like dead end?
No, it's like the donut again, but with more than one hole, if that makes sense. So it does go in a circle. The two short hallways, and then the four long hallways. Two of those long hallways are on the outside, so they go in a loop.
It's like a square?
It is like, let me see this little map that we have here of a city. Okay. I'm trying to find a place that looks like what I'm describing.
Yeah, no,
Not
I'm
having a ton
trying
of luck.
to envision how I want to, like, what I want to do is basically say, hey, Buck, keep an eye down the hall, and I'm literally just gonna like try and listen. If there's no one there, check the door. Listen, no one there, check the door, and see if any of them are unlocked.
Yeah, that's
As long
doable.
as there's no one in them.
Yeah, that is doable. Yes.
And I'm just looking out ahead, right?
But I'm also just trying to get an idea of like what.
Okay. Do you see the sort of shape defined by these four blocks here? Can you see my cursor? Okay. So there's only one of these.
Yeah.
So this is a short hallway. This is a short hallway, and then pretend there are two of these along with these two on the outside. Does that make sense? So this goes in a loop around the outside.
Okay.
But
yeah.
inside,
so it's like a sideways 8.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah, an eight with 3 circles instead of 2. But yeah, that's what I need. Let me draw it. Let me draw
You
it
can
real
just
quick.
draw it on our
Yeah.
video call, I guess. Is that gonna
No,
show?
I can actually draw it because I have something up to keep track of clocks in case we want to use a
Okay.
clock.
Well, do you want to take our break now, and you can sketch
Oh,
this
of
out for when
course.
we
I
come
forgot
back?
about our break. I'm so into this sneaking. Yeah, let's take our break. I'll put up a map of the second floor while we're on break.
Okay.
We'll see everyone
Perfect.
in 10 minutes. Thanks for watching.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Welcome back to Tales from the Backlog.
Whoa!
This is Blades in the Dark.
Oh!
And what you're
okay.
looking at here is a map of the second floor. So the black is hallways, and the
Okay.
negative space is where the offices are.
Yep. Okay. That totally makes sense.
Yeah. So that's what I was attempting to describe. That's why I said it was an 8 with 3 circles.
Yeah, I was just really, really confused about how all that worked.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Should have had a map in advance.
No, that's
You didn't even know
I
we
didn't
were doing.
know what you were going to do. That's part of the nature of it. Yeah. So this is it, and this is also why I was hoping to find this shape represented in the blocks in the city map. That's why I was doing that, but couldn't find it. So this is where you are. I'm gonna say Buck and Severin. You are in the short hallway on the left as we look at it here, and one of the windows that you spotted should be around where the top of the 2 middle hallways intersects with that short hallway. So if the long hallways are 1, 2, 3, 4, you're right about even with 2 while you're looking for this door.
Yeah.
Already the map has failed us, and I'm describing things again. I can put a mark on it.
No, so I apologize for being just real difficult about this.
Yeah.
So there's an outer hallway around the offices on this floor.
Yes, but there are also offices on the outside of the hallway as well.
Okay. No, then I got it.
Cool.
I got it.
Yeah, so essentially it's the same as the donut shape downstairs, but because the rooms are smaller, the center area is broken up by 2 more hallways. Like downstairs, those 2 hallways wouldn't be there because that's just all crematorium.
Okay. So
white dot is about where you're looking.
Yeah, are there outside facing rooms on the left and right, or at least on the left side of this hallway we're in?
Yes, and those are the rooms that you are currently checking to look for the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
And so the white dot is where you would estimate there should be a window in that room because you saw it from outside. So there's probably 2 or 3 doors in the range of where that window might be because it's hard to tell from inside.
Yeah, no, I will. If Buck, can you keep an eye out while I check these doors? Because I want to find a way to get a window to get us out of this building like lickety fast.
Of course.
Cool. Then I'm gonna start checking them doors.
Okay, and you are still listening before opening each one?
Yes.
Okay. So here's what I would like. Buck, I need you to make some sort of watchdog roll to see how
Look at my skills.
you handle whether or not someone finds you and how you handle it if they do. And you let me know what you'd like to do.
I guess I do a survey, so I'm gonna take the lowest.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll just see what happens.
What
Because of my
would-
2 wounds, by the way, I have less effect.
That's effect. Okay, that's well. I didn't give you the positioning, but it's gonna be risky, but with great effect.
I rolled a 5. I rolled a 6 and
Okay.
5, taking the lowest.
Okay. 6 and 5. Damn good roll. Um, yeah. So you successfully spot someone in time to move your body and block Severin from his view.
Yeah.
Someone comes
Um,
around the corner, the southern corner of that short hallway you're in.
are they going to intersect with us? Or
Yeah,
no, we're
they
good.
come around and see you. But
I don't think I'm understanding then.
hold
Because
on.
they saw me, that doesn't mean they're like walking towards me.
Yeah, they are
necessarily, right?
walking. They're walking
Oh.
towards you. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah, okay,
yet
okay,
know
okay.
where they're like what room they're headed towards. I'm reading something to myself real quick right here.
Okay, then I'll just wait. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is going to be a complication, and the complication is this guy tries to talk to you as though you're the guy whose clothes you stole.
Okay, sure.
He says, why aren't you downstairs?"
Oh, I lost my key and I pulled up my broken keyring and I locked myself out like a fucking idiot. Or sorry, like a flarkin' idiot.
Uh,
And
I didn't know what
I
you
will.
meant. I thought you said something else, but then you said flark, and now I understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Is that a command? No.
Um,
I might not. I'm gonna wait to call for a skill roll. I'm just gonna see if does he buy that because I'm holding the broken key.
I want a roll from you to see if he recognizes your voice, and that can be just a straight fortune roll, or if you have some ability that you could apply to it.
I have Commander Consort. Do you? I don't know. I'm just acting like I belong, right?
Yeah. Well, the
So
thing is, he recognized your shape and your clothes as the guy who's supposed to be down there, so he might know that guy's voice.
and
yeah.
I'm just really going with Gusto right now, and I'm gonna command. I'm using the command skill.
Okay.
So I can roll 2 and take 2. So 1 is roll 1. Yeah, 2 is roll 2. Okay.
And the form of your command is what? Like, get me.
It's just me.
keys?
It's just me saying the thing.
Okay.
What thing?
Yeah. How is that a command? Is what I'm asking. Because a command implies that you're telling him to
Will
do
you
something.
take me down there? I got locked out. That's the command.
Okay. And what was your roll?
I rolled a 5.
Okay, he's gonna say, again. So he didn't recognize the voice. He's gonna say, "Come on."
He didn't recognize the voice.
He did not notice that your voice is different.
Oh, okay.
But you're not out of the woods yet, because if you move, you will cease to be blocking Severin's body from his view.
Yeah. Is there a way for me to? I feel like there's like a maneuver.
Well, let's see if Severin has one.
Oh, I got it. Oh, okay. Well, I guess Severin can do his skill roll.
Yeah,
right?
if you have something available to you, Severin, to help, now's the time.
I mean, if I had any time to at least listen to the door I'm right in front of.
You did have some time to do that. And you heard nothing in there.
Oh, okay. And then tried the lock.
It's locked.
Beans.
I would like to use a flashback.
Yeah. To do what?
I guess electricity doesn't work, but like, do we have some type of like gizmo that I can use to create a loud crash on the opposite side of the hallway. And can I have set that up, which is why like I kind of didn't actually do a lot of exploring when I came up here.
So you want to set something up to just make a bunch of noise?
Yeah, like yeah. How do I say? So I rigged something that where I could make it fall over like on the opposite side of the hallway, like at a moment's notice.
Oof. I'm gonna say this would be a 2 stress flashback because the only way this could happen is if Braid built something, invented a remote control that could do it, that could make it go, and you guys somehow snuck it into place before the operation.
Yeah, okay.
So you would have had, and it can't be in the building. It would have to be adjacent to the building, maybe touching the building, but you still would have had to sneak it up. Potentially on the roof.
I don't want to set off the alarm, but like what type of sound would it be that would make I don't know, maybe it's like the sound of like some does this place have plumbing, like semi-modern-ish plumbing?
Yeah.
Okay. We set up something that make the pipes burst. Or like trigger the water sprinkler system if that type of thing exists, which is gross, but you know. To get this guy to like flinch and like get us to go GTFO, like just somewhere else.
Okay.
And we're all gonna be wet, but
so I will need one of you to roll in this flashback to roll to see if you successfully placed this thing in the plumbing of the Spirit Warden's crematorium.
Is this a wreck roll? Because I'm wrecking their plumbing.
You tell me.
Yeah,
Do you think that's fair, Cody?
Yeah, I think that's
honestly,
fair.
Really? Do you think that's fair?
I mean,
this is me guilting you.
No, I don't feel bad.
Okay, then yeah, you can use that. You can use wreck for this because it is wrecking something or preparing to wreck something.
Yeah, it's not like I'm fighting the plumbing system. I'm destroying it explicitly.
And if one of you other two wants to take a stress in order to assist him, you can do that.
I'll take that.
This is pretty high on stress.
I feel like, yeah, I'll definitely take that. Because I have pretty high tinker in terms of actually building this thing.
Yeah, so you could have worked extra hard to build it small enough for him to sneak in.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you just add the stress, and that gives him an extra die.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll 4d6.
Okay.
And take the highest. Oh, I got 2 6s. That's like we have crit rolls. I don't think I've ever crit in this game.
It's
crit
2
rolls, right?
6s.
Yeah, 2 6s is the crit.
I crit. I got 2 6s, a 4, and a 2 for the record.
So because of that crit in the flashback, it means that you placed this thing in exactly the right spot. By coincidence for this moment now in the present. So when you press this weird button that Braid had rigged up in your belt buckle to activate this crazy ass ghost contraption that it's kind of related to her electroplasmic engine design, but this one just blows up plumbing.
Ghost in the machine, it's ghost in the pipes.
Ghost in the pipes.
Ghost in the pipes.
There's actually a bathroom. So I showed you the white dot, which for some reason I erased before. There's the white dot. That's where you're standing about. Down at the corner, at the bottom of the map below that dot, there's the sound of a loud explosion and water comes flowing out from under a doorway.
I like look at Severin and then and then I just shout, "Oh, we need to get out of here!" And I put a hand on the guy and start shoveling it out.
No, the guy runs to the guy runs towards that water. He turns his back on you and runs down there.
Oh, cool. Then I just let him go alone if he's out there by himself.
He heard it too. He goes, what? The bathroom? What? And he runs over there. Yeah, so
Go to the bathroom again.
You guys have all the time in the world now by which I mean several seconds to get this locked door open before he turns
I
back.
got some burglary. I got some burglary gear going on.
All
I'm
right.
terrible at tinker and wreck.
Yeah, so you've got Buck is here. Buck can wreck if you want, or you can try and pick the lock. It's up to you guys.
I'm not going to be good at doing that.
If you want me to break it, I'll break it.
It will be noisy.
Yeah.
Severin, just try it. If you fuck it up, I'll just break it. Or if you
Yeah,
flark it up,
fuck
I'll
it.
just kick it open.
I will try picking the lock.
All right. Risky standard. Well, not controlled, but risky standard.
Is this a metal door or a wooden door?
It's a wooden door.
Probably wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's wood.
I got a 6 and a 3,
So
which
Yeah.
sounds really good, except I have to take the 3.
Ah.
Oh, right, because of the fucking bullet.
Next, yeah. Yep.
No, it's because I don't have I'm assuming this is going to be more of either a tinker or a wreck, and I don't have any
and
dots.
you don't
in
have
those.
any
Yes.
dots in that. Got it.
I'll help him. Oh, it's too late. You already reported the results. Is it too late to help?
You can assist, but how?
Okay. I hold up a lantern, and because it's really dark now that there's water everywhere, and I
Sure,
hold
you can grab a lantern off the wall, I guess. So we'll roll one more dice, Severin.
Yeah. Well, that's so. Getting an extra die would mean that I just
cancel
roll
the 0.
one die.
So just roll one
Yeah.
die, and we'll just ignore the first two. Yeah.
I'll take the 5.
Okay, there we go. Do I need to take stress for that? Sorry.
Yes, you do.
Okay, just
Take
one.
stress. Yeah. You pop it open. No sooner, Severin, have you gotten through that door and into the room beyond than you hear footsteps pounding down the hallway towards the damaged bathroom. And in fact, someone starts yelling from the other side of the building that there's a bathroom over there with problems as well. You get inside.
Yank Buck in with me.
Yeah,
Of course.
you can yank Buck in with you if Buck allows himself to be yanked.
Yeah.
I don't think
You don't
Buck-
gotta yank. I will just follow you naturally in the room we were trying to go into.
Yeah. So here you are in a room with a window. The window has been sealed up. Potentially this building existed before the spirit wardens took possession of it. And because they're so secretive, they didn't want anyone, sneaking in. That's why the room with the window was locked. The window itself is also sealed up, but not in any way you can't get past. It's
Define sealed up.
Well, it's not bricked up or anything. But it has
that's
been
a plus.
Yeah. It has been kind of like painted, closed, and sort of wedged shut with bars. Basically, they haven't done any real construction work here, but they have wanted to make this not a window.
With minimal effort, I can just rip down like the wood.
You could do it that way. Buck could do it that way pretty easily. I wouldn't even require a roll for just
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I was
yeah.
gonna say I was gonna let's tear this window out and get my pry bar, and I'm gonna help Buck wreck this window.
I'm going to say with the amount of noise you guys created with the bomb in the flashback and the toilets overflowing, Buck could probably just bonk the window right out.
Okay.
But we're going to cut back now to Braid. See if Braid, while you're talking to this guy and he's proposing all this stuff to you, is when you hear the device go off. And he turns and looks towards the door and then shrugs and ignores it and looks back at you.
Well, in the 5 seconds I've had to consider your offer, I can see how we might be able to help each other out here. I would be happy to share this information with you that you like. Information that will enable you to step up into the leadership position I'm sure you so richly deserve. So how about this? How about if I give you that information and you and I stay in touch? We, the Tide Wraiths, have access to that information that you want because we're good at what we do. And I would like to have a way to contact you in the future. Just mutually beneficial relationship. Sometimes you may need to call upon the services of, how do I put this, outsourcers. You may need to outsource certain tasks, and sometimes we may be interested in getting in touch with you.
I'd like some kind of roll to see how well you make your case to this guy.
Okay, consort.
That'll work. Again, you guys choose. You guys choose the rules in this one.
All right. I'm gonna go for consort. I have one die.
Do you mean consort?
Consort.
Because I feel like
consort means something else.
Yeah, it's something else. Emphasis on the other syllable. I mean, you can consort him if you want. But, it is risky. You know what? It's risky standard. You're already in. You're already in his power, so he's not particularly worried about you. Yeah.
I'm taking a swing. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. It's a 3.
Devil's bargain.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can take an extra die if you promise him. If you promise him additional information, which would sell out the Dimmer sisters.
Okay.
That might not make it back to us, right?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll see that doesn't go over and makes him angry. And I'm like, and I will throw in something to sweeten the deal.
Hold on. Before you finish, I just want to remind you, this roll is to see if you can get him to improve his offer. He has already agreed to stop his war against the Tide Wraiths if you help him. You're just trying to get more out of him. So take that into account while you're considering the devil's bargain.
Okay. Yeah, because with a 3, it's not a catastrophe of a failure. It's just I don't succeed.
Well, 1 through 3 is all the same level of bad.
Okay.
On a roll. But there's just a spider coming down. So what you said to him was you wanted to keep in touch with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about complications, but
he's going to roll his eyes, turn around, and leave the room, and he's just going to say, maybe one of your companions will be more cooperative. And he leaves.
Okay. All right, so I didn't get the chance to make the devil's bargain?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you declined it.
No, I was still thinking about it, but that's all right. We'll just play it as it lays.
We'll retcon that if you would like to take it. If you want to take it, then absolutely roll that extra die.
Okay, yeah, as he's walking out the door, I'll...
Even worse?
It's a 1.
It does. Okay, so what I said happens.
Yeah.
You piss him off, you lose the opportunity to make any deal with him, and he turns around and leaves. He's now going to go off looking for the other Tide Wraiths to see if he can get information out of them. Because you're in there trying to make deals when you don't even have a position to offer him anything. Yeah, that's how he sees it.
Yeah.
Severin
and Buck, mutually beneficial.
Severin and Buck, when this man comes stepping out of the door next to the room you are in. You hear Braid's voice calling after him, something about mutually beneficial. And then he walks away towards the stairs down.
Yeah, let him go.
Yeah. I nod. Yeah.
Yeah. Head next door. Is next door unlocked?
No, but it is not hard to pick. You've already done it once, and of course Buck can just break the door.
Yeah, just break the door.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cop.
Roll me a wreck.
2 6s and a 5. Let's go.
I was going to say risky standard, but
the dice rolls are going to be the same, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You go to break it. You not only break the lock, but you manage to do it quietly. Like you put your hands on it and just, and nobody even hears it. The door just swings open, and there's Braid ready to say something to the guy that's coming back, and it's you instead. There you are.
So, mutually beneficial. What's mutually beneficial?
That's to you, Braid.
They
have found you. They're in your room. They heard what you said to this guy as he left.
Did he go past them? Sorry.
Yes. He went past them, and they heard you yelling after him, and that's how they knew what room you were in.
Oh, hey, guys. Well, maybe that was for the best.
What were you talking about? Mutually beneficial.
All right. So what that guy wanted, and I'll go ahead and take off the manacles at this point. So basically, what he wanted was information on where we delivered the thing, the Dimmer Sisters thing to the place outside the city. Yeah. He wanted that information, and I was trying to play for time and to make a better deal. And he's part of a faction who's going to use that information to take over the, this place. And
Spirit Wardens.
And I tried to sweeten the bargain in our behalf and just say, like, hey, let's keep an ongoing relationship afterwards. And he said no. Oh. So I guess I pissed him off by asking for more.
That's a bum deal.
Sorry, what'd you say, Severin?
I said that's a bum deal, but what did you say? You're kind of quiet.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, what did you say, Buck?
Okay, yeah, I said, it sounds like it's time for us to go then, and
yeah.
Clearly, if we can break out of the, one of their strongholds, I mean, like, you want me to firebomb this place too? Let's just leave a calling card.
Look, okay. Severin, maybe you can remedy the situation if you can, like, go around and talk to him, because he's willing to give up. What he was willing to give up, what he was willing to offer was to call off the war on us. Of course, that only works if we give him the information he wants. So either we sell out the Dimmer Sisters, but we take the heat off ourselves, or we get out now and at least we know what they want. What do you think? I say as the building slowly takes on the smell of exploded bathrooms.
Yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
We'll let the Dimmer Sisters know what's going on, and we'll take it from there.
I would like to leave a dead drop location. Oh, am I still quiet?
No, we got
No.
Okay. Hey, this is a dead drop location. Like, I'm gonna signify a dead drop location so that he can contact us and we can contact him.
You mean you want to leave a message for this Spirit Warden guy on how he can find you again?
Not find, but
communicate. Leave your message.
Yeah. Because clearly it was like, well, you didn't really have me, so just kind of like a soft flex of our abilities.
I want to put something to the group before you guys leave the building.
Mm-hmm.
If it's already on the table, to leave him a note. you could leave him a note with the information he requested. And maybe, if you're lucky, that improves your standing with the spirit wardens enough.
I killed
to
the
stop
guy today.
war.
Yeah, that's not really helping.
Nobody knows you killed that guy. His body's probably already been burned.
Yeah.
I just will
mean,
not say anything then.
Severus really disinclined to acquiesce to what the spirit wardens want.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
Right.
as well. I think that's, yeah. I don't mind selling out the Dimmer. Well, it's we're not really selling out the Dimmer sisters. We're just sharing some additional information.
I mean,
Wait,
the
you guys are
question-
saying two different things.
Oh.
Severin's saying hell no, and Braid's saying okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought I misunderstood what you were saying, Jason. I thought you were saying that you wouldn't mind sharing the information.
No, Severin's saying he doesn't want to acquiesce.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. All right. My misunderstanding. Sorry, I misheard you.
And to clarify, the place they're asking about is not technically, as far as you know, like a Dimmer Sisters place. The Institute they have a relationship with the Dimmer Sisters, but it's outside the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're allies of the Dimmer sisters, or at least they share research information.
Yeah.
But I have no particular ties there.
Okay, that clarifies my question, because I was confused if they were referring to the time we went and threw that ghost bottle over the lightning wall, and because I totally forgot about that other location that was beyond the city.
You guys sailed out of the ghost fence and then to a location up the beach that was underground, and there was a whole institute there doing like electroplasmic research. And that's where you brought something to, and then you picked up one of their whole creatures and brought it back to the city. So, am I?
But I will let Severin make that call. If you think there's another way we can get out of this, I don't. I'm fine either way. Let's skedaddle.
They brought us nothing but hassle with these fucking demon robot things. Fuck them.
Does that mean you're leaving the note?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Braid or Buck are leaving that note.
I would leave the note.
I will acquiesce to leaving the note.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was my idea technically.
Well, I'd like to clarify.
Well, if you would like.
Are you leaving the note that has the directions to the place, or are you leaving the note that has instructions on how to get in touch with you again?
I'm inclined to the former, but not. I don't really like Severin doesn't really like the spirit wardens. You know, they have a job they do, but he thinks they're maybe a little overzealous with regards to free spirits in the city.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. No, you finish. I thought you were done.
He's decided that this institute's caused a little bit much trouble for him and is continuing to cause him trouble. So, yeah, tell them where they are.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. See,
I have a suggestion, if you don't mind. I suggest I can leave a note saying, I'll give you the information you want. Come to this location at this time tomorrow, and I want to set up. One of my special abilities is compel. I want to leave him a ghost with the information, so he has to get the information from a ghost, I assume he'll then banish. But
I'm gonna need an attune roll.
Okay.
In order to bring a ghost into this place, because as already established, they hate it here.
No, I'm not going to make the ghost come here. I was going to tell him, like, hey, come to, this street corner or this restaurant at this time. But instead of us, it would be a ghost there waiting for him.
Just to fuck with him or what?
It's a dead drop.
The
Well,
ghost
would
is
the
It's
gonna
quite
have-
literally a dead drop.
Yeah.
The ghost is going to have the information. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? You'll have all the time in the world to get that set up, so I'm not going to make you roll for it.
All right.
But I do need you guys to roll on getting out that window
Mhm.
and getting away safely.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Group action.
So this is a group action.
Mhm.
Each character who participates in the group action rolls. The best single roll counts as the action result. So
Okay.
this is, at this point, there's people flooding, for lack of a better word, to this floor
Uh-huh.
to deal with the plumbing issue. So you guys just need to get. Only one of you is dressed like a spirit warden right now. You need to get into the hallway and then back into another room and out the window without being stopped. So that means this is going to be desperate standard.
Okay.
But all three of you get to roll, and we take the best roll.
Okay, so I'm gonna be helping in this with some stealthy prowling.
Alrighty. And who?
Uh.
Sorry, who is the leader of the group action? Probably Severin.
Yeah.
He's the prowler.
Sure.
Okay, and Braid and Buck, you also have to roll something.
I will
Yeah.
also roll a prowl to try to sneak my way behind Buck's mass and
Okay.
just sort of like blend into the background behind
I feel
him.
like I look like Kingpin from the Miles Morales movie, where he's
Yeah.
just wider than every hallway.
Just the size of the hallway. Yes. Every time we cut to Buck, he's bigger.
And what are you rolling, Buck?
I actually will just walk out the room, look left, look right, and I want to command the people like get those buckets, like just get out of here.
Okay.
And then that way, like we can just walk because it was just down the hall.
So two
we just have to
prowls and a
make it down.
command. Yeah, it's literally
Yeah.
the adjacent room, but you're freeing a
But
prisoner.
we're stepping into the hallway that's going to be in people's line of sight.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the command is to tell them to like fuck off, hurry, go. What are you doing staring
Go
at me
the other
for?
way.
Yeah.
Look that way.
Yeah.
All right,
Saying-
so let's get rolls from all three of you, and I will ask for them one at a time. Severin, what you got?
I got a 2 and a 3.
Oops.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's going to be a stress for you. Braid, what do you got?
I got a 4.
Okay. And Buck?
I got a 5 and a 1. I take the 5.
The 5 is the result. Severin takes 1 stress because he takes 1 for every 1 to 3 result. But there's only one of those in the group. So the 5 is the result. You guys get out the window. You leave the note for the dead drop with the ghost at it. Here is what I need to determine if this war is indeed going to end. You have no way of controlling who finds the note. And you only get your prize if it's that guy you talk to or one of his faction members who gets this information. So, I will ask for a fortune roll. Or if you have something that you think is applicable to maybe, I don't see what, but if any of you has something applicable to controlling who gets this note.
Why don't we think of a creative flashback to kind of cook the books a little bit? Like, I
If
feel
you
like
can
if he
come
was
up
the
with
one
one.
that checked on you, I feel like there's no reason to assume anyone else would even like come around, you know?
I have a suggestion. He showed me, he indicated to me his ethnic/cultural background, and my background is academics. Maybe the note that I leave contains a reference to a piece of literature or a...
You want to write it in a code that only someone of a certain ethnicity would understand.
Something that like somebody from his background would identify as like, oh yeah, that's like my, that's a common myth or a common story of my culture, and I get the reference.
I think it's a good idea. If you can apply something to it, study maybe.
I was going to say, yeah, if I can do study.
That's better than a fortune roll.
All
if
right.
you have points in it.
I do. I have 2.
Okay.
It's my background. All right. That's a 6 and a 1. I take the 6.
All right. You succeed. You manage to come up with a tale, a reference that, what did I say he was called?
Not Eruvian?
Yes, a reference that an Eruvian would not understand is what I was trying to say. Unless they, studied what you did. So you're out the window and you leave this note, and because of the 6, it is indeed him or one of his guys that shows up. Are you guys watching the drop site?
That's what the ghost is for.
Well, he's
Well,
going
the ghost is
No, the ghost is the
wipe
drop.
the ghost.
The ghost is-
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I'll.
know what? Severin's gonna be on a rooftop across the catty corner across the street, and just watching through his scope.
All right. So Severin, obviously these guys all look alike to a certain extent, but you do remember noticing how billowy and dark-sided his robes were when you saw him go in the building before. And it very well could be that same guy who shows up. And he reads the note, and he banishes the ghost, and he leaves.
Yep. Cool.
All right.
Well, that's your
great
score.
work, everybody.
That's your score, Tide Riggs.
Yay.
All right, let's do all this payoff stuff. So, you're going to earn 2 rep by default because both the Silent Song and the what are those bastards called? The secret guys.
The Unseen?
The Unseen. Both the Silent Song and the Unseen knew of your plan, and you executed it. And not only did you execute your plan, but the 3 Tide Wraiths are the only ones who got out when the 2 members of the Unseen were immediately killed.
Oops. Well.
So we're taking 6 rep?
I hadn't done the math yet. I was just recounting what happened. So you earn 2 rep per score by default. If the target of the score is a higher tier, of course, take 1 rep per tier higher. So is that how the math works out from that? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, they're like a tier 6 faction, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the highest.
They're tier 4, and we're like tier 0.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the 2 that you get by default. Yeah. At a score. So yeah, you get no coin because you didn't steal any money or get paid for anything, but you do get that rep. And then we will move on to heat, if you're ready. After a score or conflict with an opponent, the crew takes heat. Add +1 heat for a high-profile or well-connected target. Yeah. Add +1 heat if the situation happened on hostile turf. Yeah, so that's 2 heat. Add +1 heat if you're at war. That's 3 heat.
It's getting better and better.
Add +2 heat if killing was involved. That makes it 5 heat. Yeah. So oddly enough, nobody in the surrounding neighborhood even knows anything happened. But nonetheless, you took 5 heat for that job.
But was it daring?
Well, no. So what the heat's gonna, or at least wanted level.
It's gonna deal with your entanglements,
Yeah. So how much heat did you say?
5 total.
Cool.
So we need a roll. Roll dice equal to your wanted level, which I actually have not. I don't think I've checked.
Oh, I've got it. Give me a second. I've got it tracked. I just want to check if it does something. I just want to check if when we get a wanted level, if the heat keeps tracking.
Gotcha. I think not. I think that it resets to 0, but yeah, it's worth checking.
Yeah. Okay. So what's going to happen here is we are now at 0 heat.
Okay.
But we have 1 wanted level.
Cool. Roll dice equal to your wanted level, which is 1. Read the result according to your heat. I guess it means your current heat. I'm reading this off a summary sheet of the actual book. And so your current heat being 0, you're rolling 1 die.
Who wants to roll that?
I think it's my fault. I killed a guy.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Usually it's my fault we're in trouble, but, I rolled a 2 on the dice.
Gang trouble or the usual suspects. So one of your gangs, you don't have one. So we'll skip right over to the usual suspect. The Bluecoats grab someone in the periphery of your crew. One player volunteers a friend or vice purveyor as the person most likely to be taken. Make a fortune roll to find out if they resist questioning or pay the Bluecoats off with 1 coin. So, whose friend is getting captured? One of you.
Marlene! And I'll pay him off.
Arlene is your vice purveyor, right?
No, Marlene is my fight buddy.
Oh, isn't that your vice?
No, my vice is weird. So, like,
okay,
like ghosts possess me and stuff.
So Marlene's getting captured?
Yeah, but I'm gonna pay it off.
Make a fortune roll to find out if she resists questioning.
I thought it was or pay.
You can pay if you want to pay 1 coin.
I'm just gonna pay because I don't.
All right.
Oh, that was my only coin. I'm broke. I have stash, but obviously that's something else.
Yeah, well, that was a good decision though, because on that roll, there's a 50% chance that your heat increases again by 2.
I'm gonna roll it just in case. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was a 1. I'm glad I paid them off.
Yeah, basically, you'd have to roll a 6 to get to break even on it.
Yeah.
Because if you roll 4 or 5, plus 2, it's a level 2 harm. So there's that. And then, wait, this all breaks down. This is a terrible layout. It's 11:10. We can do downtime now if you guys like. I will say you were successful in your goal. After a few weeks, you hear that you don't hear anything about the internal workings of the Spirit Wardens. But after a few weeks, you notice that you're not being followed as much as you were. Your standing with the Spirit Wardens has gone from -3 to -2.
Excellent. We're back up to them just really not liking us.
That's
and
right.
I could live with that.
And and that means that your hold level goes back up to where it was. When the war ends, you get back the hold you lost at the start of the war. Promise. I read it today in the book. Yeah.
Well, that would kind of bump us up a tier.
Because your rep went up.
Yeah, well, so we were at hold 0 weak. This job put us up to hold 0 strong.
Yeah. So
and we were at hold 0 strong.
Order of operations wise, I don't know if that does that, but because we've only played this game every several months and it's time for an advancement, I'll just say, yeah, why not?
So that'd put us at tier 1 weak.
Yeah.
And
never been tier 1 before. Watch your shoulder.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Seven sessions, and we haven't had a tier advancement. So here we go. That's that. Would you guys like to move into some downtime in the last 15 minutes, or do you want to save it for next time? What's up?
Let's downtime, because that's just kind of what we're doing after, like downtime then XP.
Sure. So who has your war is over, so you get 2 downtime actions again.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yes.
Sever, do you want to go first? Because I know that you're going to do heal action. I know you're going to know the rule better than me.
That's
Yeah, I mean, so my first action is to recover. I'm getting treatment to tick my healing clock.
Okay.
From not my friend, but someone I know from the war. So we may not like each other, but I trust him.
Okay.
Which is going to it acts like a long-term project. So roll a trait and mark what? Oh, wait, is trait the like insight, prowess, or resolve? Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Flipping pages.
So I'm rolling my trait to recover.
Okay.
Okay, then that's my prowess because I'm recovering from a physical injury.
Yeah.
And I have 3 dice in prowess now.
I should.
Ugh. So 1 and 2 4s. So that is going to give me 2 advances, but I've already got 3 on the 4 clock. So that should heal me.
Makes sense to me.
Or each harm is reduced by 1 level. Ooh, okay.
What's your harm level at?
I have 1 harm at 2.
Ah.
So that bullet to the hip is going to move down to 1.
That's realistic.
Yeah. And I can sit on that for a little while.
Cool.
And then my second thing I want to do is I want to train.
All right.
I'm going to train.
It's my stress.
You know what? I'm going to keep training prowess, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, that's my downtime.
Who's next?
I guess it's me if we're going in our normal operation. I will. I'm just gonna heal twice.
I think you have to. I think you can only do things once.
I'm pretty sure we've been able to do vices twice. If we did, we could have been doing it improperly, but I definitely did it.
Let me see. During a downtime phase, each PC has time for 2 downtime activities. You may choose the same activity more than once.
Okay,
You only
then yeah.
attempt actions that you're in a position. Yeah, you can heal twice.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Then go for it.
I rolled my first. It's prowl, right? I rolled a 5, which means I get how many healing blips back? 2.
Oh, where's the thingy?
Yeah, it's 2.
Recover.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm 4 to 4 now, which means I get to delete one of my minor harms, right?
Yeah.
So
One of you. Yeah.
So
if the harm's at level 1.
when you fill the clock, each harm is reduced by 1 level.
Oh, that means both of my busted nose and my bum knee go away.
If they're only at level 1 harm, yes.
Oh, okay. Which was?
Oh, great. So yeah, they both go away.
Cool.
Okay, then I actually can do something else. Why don't I do some training and insight, so maybe I'm not totally useless. Or I could just get better at beating people up. No, I'll be good at. I'll figure something out. I'll do training, and that is what role?
You just mark an XP.
in. You basically mark 1 XP in one of the things you can mark XP in.
Okay, so
Either
I'm gonna
an
put 1
attribute
EXP
or a playbook advancement track.
Oh, wait a minute.
1 EXP. What would be that?
What was that?
1 out of 6 EXP. Okay, thank you.
And Braid.
Okay. So I would like to start a new project. Since we didn't make any cash on this adventure and it's been a while, I would like to explore the idea of creating engines to sell. So I would like to start a project to see if I can replicate this engine, but now that I know how it works, I want to try to recreate it as cheaply as possible to try to get the cost down to make it to make it a decent purchase, and also to make sure that nobody else has an engine as good as ours. So I would like to start a clock on that. And
Okay. I think it's an 8 clock.
that sounds fair to me.
Ooh.
And I get 1 segment, 1 tick per downtime, right? Or 1 tick per action.
Well, you roll when you work on the project.
Okay.
So I don't know if you roll immediately. I guess you do. Yeah. So roll a d6, and then your result will tell you how many segments you fill in.
Oh, okay. 5.
I'm sorry. You use a skill. You can use an attribute, so you may roll more than 1d6.
Okay. Well, I'll use Tinker then.
Okay.
I rolled another 5.
Okay.
Now
So
I'm rolling great.
it's just 5 then. So you mark 2 segments.
Okay. All right. Very good. So that's my first action.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can, as we determined with Cody, you can do the same action twice, or you can do something else.
For my second action, I know I've brought this up as an option twice, but I would like to just out of the game go and talk to Skurlock, my ally / contact. I would like to just kind of get my ear to the ground, and as we are building our reputation, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because I...
Remind me what your vice is.
My vice is stupor.
Is Skurlock your vice purveyor?
He could be. He's not. He's my ally officially.
Okay.
My vice purveyor. Oh gosh, I think it's a bar. I can't. I don't have the name of the bar written down.
Okay.
But.
Yeah. I mean, you can. What do you want to know from him?
What I want to know from him is, I would like to, over drinks, get his opinion on what he thinks might be going on with, to find out if he knows what's going on with the Institute right now, or to find out what he knows about the Institute. I'll put it like that. hopefully without admitting anything that we've been there, but just saying like, hey, this is an interesting thing that I've heard about. I'm an academic, you're an academic, they're academics. What do you know about what's going on with them? And
okay, so if you're doing this over drinks, you can make this a vice indulgence if you would
okay,
like. And then
shall.
the conversation with Skurlock will be incidental to that.
Okay, yeah, because there's not really a lot of data here. It's more just I feel like I need some.
But I will need
relationship maintenance.
The vice roll is to relieve stress. Do you have stress to relieve?
I do. I have 3 stress.
Okay. So roll dice equal to your lowest attribute rating.
Lowest attribute rating.
That's the dots in the dot.
Right, but I mean that'll be less than it'll be 0, obviously. So I'm rolling 2 dice and taking the lower.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So the lower is 1.
All right.
So I lose 1 stress.
I think is that overindulgence or 6 overindulgence?
No, overindulgence is if she recovers more stress than she has stress to recover.
Copy. So clear stress equal to the highest die result. So 1, I guess. Okay. And
highest die result?
Well, not if you have 0. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I forgot why I was rolling
your
2.
result is actually 1. So just clear 1 stress.
All right. Well, it was a successful.
So what you get out of Skurlock is not much. He knows the Institute exists, and that's more than most people can say. Yeah. He actually starts questioning you about what you saw there.
Okay.
So he's interested in it. He does tell you there are some very sharp minds who have gone missing and are presumed to have joined the Institute because they are no longer in the city. They moved. Like the indications are not that they were killed, but that they moved, and they cannot be found anymore. So those types of highly educated academics are the people who end up at the Institute. But a lot of it's rumor, hearsay, nothing confirmed. You learn that you have more experience with it than he does. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, so it's mostly just about clearing stress and
all right,
chewing the fat.
Let's get
chewing
through
the
XP.
mushroom fat.
You should all have XP triggers on your playbook.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's also some for the crew. Let's go in reverse order. Braid.
Okay.
Let's look at your XP triggers.
So I had 2 desperate actions, as I'm remembering correctly.
I didn't keep track, but if you say so.
I had 2 desperate standard rolls.
Okay.
Okay. And then my next trigger is you addressed a challenge with knowledge and arcane power, or arcane power. And I would say definitely the note I left was knowledge-based.
Yes, for sure.
So, yeah. And I can't think of any other particular item I used knowledge or arcane power, other than the fact that this whole thing turned on us, on me and our team having knowledge. So I don't know if that counts.
No, I don't think that counts, but definitely the note counts.
Yeah, the note definitely counts. I expressed my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Not
What's
really.
your drive?
My drive is... Oh dear, where did it go? Sorry.
Been a long time since we...
It has been a long time. I think my drive is that I hate ghosts. I do. I didn't choose to see ghosts constantly. So in a weird way, helping the helping. I mean, certainly this is a character who did not mind selling out the Institute because of, and helping these spirit wardens.
Yeah, and you also
Mhm.
fed one of them a ghost. So
Yeah.
I'll say yes for that one.
Okay. And
Struggled with issues from your vice or traumas? No, I would say
No.
that.
Nope.
And how about Buck? Muted. You're muted, Buck.
I know I had one desperate roll. Was it when I was surveying or when I was prowling? I don't remember what I was doing though.
I definitely gave you a desperate, yeah.
Well,
But was it?
Did you have a desperate roll aside from that last roll?
Then I had two.
Yeah, because that last roll counted.
Okay, so then that one was a command roll, right? That was a desperate command roll, right?
Yeah.
And the other one, I think it was a survey because I was trying to
didn't you
see
take
who
him
was
in
coming.
fighting when you were fighting the guy? Wasn't that desperate?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'm under on stress, by the way, because I don't think I was getting stress for every desperate roll. Isn't that how that works?
I'll look at that in a second. Let's finish the XP.
Okay. So I had at least 3 desperate rolls.
Okay.
I addressed a challenge with violence or coercion. I did 1 violence and 2 coercions, right?
Yes. Coercion command, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing says verbatim coercion.
You're only going to get 2 XP for it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
If you did it more than once, it's 2.
And then you struggle. Okay, I didn't deal with my coldness. Okay. Does that mean 1 to resolve and 1 to prowess then? Because of how that breakdown was?
Correct. You mark the XP in the skill you used for the desperate roll. Or the
Okay.
attribute, I guess.
Yeah, very cool. That should be all for that then.
Okay. And Severin.
Yeah, did I address a challenge with I had the 1 desperate roll in prowess. I already got that.
Oh.
I addressed a challenge with tracking or violence. Not really.
Nah.
Did I express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? Not really. And did I struggle with issues? I struggled with issues from my vice or traumas? Not really.
Well, we could have said you did because you did go down a chimney in your nice clothes, but
no.
But we didn't.
No,
say
I wouldn't
that.
have worn my nice clothes for that.
Fair enough.
And that was already the plan.
Yeah. All right. And then we have XP for the crew.
Did we execute a successful smuggling or acquire new clients or contraband sources?
Did we get a new client?
You did not.
Smuggling me
definitely
out?
Tried.
Yeah. We
Did
failed
we
to gain
continue with
them.
challenges above our current station?
Hell yes.
Oh my goodness, yes. This whole thing was above our current station.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So real quick, that just filled up our crew XP track.
Excellent.
Meaning we get an advance.
Woo!
Very nice.
And then also, before we pick an advance, let's finish the XP because you're also going to get more.
Bolster our crew's reputation or develop a new one.
Yes.
Our reputation is that we are daring, and that seemed like we did a pretty daring thing there.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And we already established that you got a ton of rep from it.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of our crew.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, we confronted the problem head on. I don't know if that's...
I think blowing up their toilets is daring, though.
Yeah,
we already did that.
Yeah, daring is your reputation. It's not your goals, drives, or inner conflict or essential nature.
Okay.
So smuggler advances. Let's see how those work.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put this out there. I wouldn't mind advancing our training.
Mhm.
Because the training means that when you take a training downtime action, instead of getting 1 XP point in that attribute, you get 2 XP points in that attribute.
So if the crew takes that advance, then that applies to all crew
Yeah.
members.
Yes.
Okay.
So like right now we have training in prowess. So like I got 2 XP, like I got to mark 2 XP when I trained for prowess.
Mhm.
But it wouldn't be an awful thing to say get training for insight. Or we could get some more crew.
That is the one that I really want because I feel like it's something we're really missing by only having this one goofy ghost lady with us. Instead of having like a full, like an actual, like
Lackey.
tangible.
Minion.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
Burp.
But I don't know if that's actually true or not. So
I mean, I definitely think you guys would have more options available to you if you had more crew.
Yeah.
However, I think you get to mark 2 crew upgrade boxes when you advance.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, you can have both of those things.
Ooh.
And you take a new special ability.
well, now I don't want it.
The funny thing is I was about to give it to you for free because I think the nature of how we do these games lends itself to expediting advancement so that people can get the full experience. But yeah, I think that's right. That's what it says in the SRD. I'm actually browsing the SRD right now. It says when you fill your crew advancement tracker, clear the marks and take a new special ability, take a new special ability or mark 2 crew upgrade boxes.
Ah.
So
I want the 2 crew upgrades, to be honest.
I think 1 ability.
Yeah, let's get a cohort and some training. So.
Okay, now you guys let me want to open my bucket cohorts because I really like those guys.
All right. Well, let's do that in between sessions because it's 11:30.
Yep,
Okay.
sounds great. Oh, it's past 11:30.
Yeah.
Well, can I mark that that we're getting insight training?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
Works for me.
And then write cohort TBD.
Yeah.
Cohort TBD. Okay.
Well, during my drinks with Skurlock, he hooks us up with a tutor. Everybody's getting insight.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and call the stream. We can keep talking if we want, but that'll be it for the show part of the night. Thank you everyone for watching. Next week we have Vason scheduled. Nordic horror role playing. It's a game I've been looking at for a while, but nobody signed up for it, so that may be postponed. The week after that, we have Godless scheduled, which Alan will be running, and of course on Fridays, as always, Cyberpunk Red until sometime maybe middle or late next month when we start Worlds Without Number. So, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys for playing Blades in the Dark, and thank you for indulging me in the change in how things run. I think Jason was itching for it, but I know it was maybe a little more difficult for the other two.
Sorry, it took us a minute to get up.
Oh, it's no problem. I pulled a last minute change on you. But yeah, that's the show, and thank you everyone. We'll see you next time.